What's up and welcome back, fishies. Today, we're actually not far from my house for your Travel Thursday. And it's just a little bit cold. You see from the sign behind me, we are at Shannon Springs Park. And this is home to the Festival of Lights. You can look it up. And of course, this is the archway behind me that usually has a ton of lights. It's the big annual festival for Christmas lights. Turn the camera around here. This is the 9th Street. We are looking northbound 9th Street. Come in here. We'll walk over so you can see the various displays a little better. No, it's daytime. It's a little cold this morning. We had a cold front and rainstorm go through during the night. And this is home to, I believe it is the world's largest lit Christmas tree. We'll get over there and check that out soon. But this morning, I'm just going to kind of give you a walk around, and let you know a few things about the park. It's been here for quite a while. I forget exactly how long. Be the three wise men there. They normally have sleigh rides every year. They're just now starting to get all the Christmas lights decorated in the trees, all the lighted displays up. It says family, peace, rejoice. And I mean, it's a great park to come to. If you're a senior citizen, you can fish the pond. There's quite a bit of fish. Every June, they have a fishing tournament. It's great for the kids. Kids can fish here as well as senior citizens. I forget what exactly the age limit is, but to a certain age. And there's the Christmas tree in the background there. We'll get up around to that here in just a minute. And the festival doesn't actually open until, I believe, late November. So I believe it's around the week of Thanksgiving, I think. You could go to the Chickasha website. I'll try to include that in the description to where you can find out all the interesting events that are happening. Of course, this next coming weekend, we will have the dedication of the downtown park by the depot, along with the very large leg lamp from A Christmas Story. That's going to be a interesting, fun festival. The Imaginaries will be making an appearance there. It's kind of hard to walk and keep the camera steady at the same time. Of course, it's very pretty when it's all lit up at night. I don't know if you can see, but the lights are strung up into the trees. Of course, hopefully my microphone doesn't die on me today. I gotta kind of keep a look at that. I had it die on a previous video and was unable to bring you the video because it died and there was no sound after the 9-minute mark. Hopefully I'll get a chance to do something similar in a later video. And of course there's lots of things to do out here at the park. As you can see, there's pavilions that you can rent, little playground area up here by the large tree, and yes, we will walk up there here in just a minute, get you a look up at that, try and give you a little scope as to exactly how big it is. There's a nice shot of the little lake or pond. You can see crews here are getting the lights strung up in the tree. It takes a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of manpower to be able to get it all ready and for the festival to begin. There's a lot to cover out here, so we're going to try and cover every square inch of it for you today. I believe that is Morrison Propane's display there. Supercuts, an elf cutting Santa's hair. And of course, we will come back during the nighttime after it gets lit up and do another video so you can see it at night for yourself. Now, the bridge down there, which we'll come back to that here in just a minute, that is going to be having an archway lit all the way down. It's a great spot to take pictures. A lot of people have got wedding proposals there. This is the old pool house. Now, you can see the new one across the way there, but this was where the original swimming pool was. Now, I say original. Originally, the pool was the pond itself. They had little swim houses for men and women along the bank there, right about where that guy's passing in the distance there at the water. And that was where the swimming initially was. Then they built this. And we're going to walk around back here because it's going towards the large tree. And of course, during summer months, this is a volleyball court, and I believe this winter, this is where the ice skating rink will be. And they usually bring in some carnival rides, you know, like a Ferris wheel, things like that, for the festival. But right back here, and of course, if you go to the Facebook page, What I Remember Chickasha group, you can see pictures where people would be up there sunbathing. This all down here was a massive swimming pool, if you can believe it. It's funny at how things change over the years. You never know exactly, you know, what's going to change. Of course, this building is now a gift shop. And of course, you can look it up online. You know, there's all kinds of information about the festival, even about the park itself. This is the current swimming pool. This is the one that they built to replace the one we just looked at. Spent many a summers here. Of course, had fine artists that came in. We'll get shots of the murals here. This is a picture of the original USAO, Oklahoma College for Women. You can tell it's definitely off of a very old picture. I forget who the artist was that came and painted all this. The Rock Island Depot. As you can see there, Chickasha Avenue looking east from 4th Street, which is also Highway 81. The Federal Building, which is, I believe, City Hall now. Right at the corner of 4th and Choctaw, or 62 and 81. Fish caught out of the Ouachita River. Now, my dad, he caught a 40-pounder out of the Ouachita, and I'd say it was actually probably a little bigger than that, than either one of those. Those are some nice catfish. I'd love to catch one that size. Here is the artist. Hold that there for a second, so maybe you can Google it later if you're needing a mural done. Now we're going to walk on over to the tree. It's a really large tree. You wouldn't catch me climbing it, that's for sure. I like to climb trees, but that is entirely too tall for me. And it's at the parking lot here, where you have access to it, and you can walk under it, take pictures, things like that. Whew. It'd be nice if the sun would come out. That way it wouldn't be as cold. It's a tad bit nippy. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'm tropical people. I like warmer weather. I like fall as long as it's not real cold. As we get closer, you can see all the lights. And of course, when the city does their Christmas in July, this tree is lit up. I can basically see it from my house. You can see it from the turnpike, both from Lawton and from the city. We'll do a quick lap around it, just so you can maybe grasp exactly how large this tree is. And I'm sure it's pretty heavy too. That's a long way up to the top, folks. Long way. Of course, we'll stop here and get a better shot of the playground over here. See if I can zoom it in here. Nice little spot. Pavilion adjacent. But as you can see, this is a very large tree. Very big around. You could probably fit an entire choir under here. Christmas tree is dedicated by his family in memory of Dr. Victor Williams, Mr. Christmas. Born July 8th, 1946, died May 1st, 1992. And I believe that is '94 was the year that this started, I do believe. And of course, we're back at our entry point. It's a pretty big tree, folks. And it's definitely something to see lit up. I mean, living here, you get annoyed at the traffic for the lights, but at the same time, you got to understand that, you know, it does bring a lot of revenue to the city, which is very good. I remember back when I worked for the Parks and Recreation, spent a lot of time out here during the summer, weed eating and making sure everything looked nice. We're gonna circle back the way we came and go back down the steps and go across the bridge. Now, for those of you that followed me for a long time, you know that I did a video out here. I used to come here and get my steps in for the day. So if you're from back then, you'll recognize it. Check, make sure that, yeah, we're still good on the microphone. I charged it up a few days ago. Hopefully it stays charged so we can do this video. Actually, we'll come back to the bridge. We'll go to the amphitheater first. And yes, there is an amphitheater, and I do believe you can rent it out. I know for the 4th of July, there's a lot of music that is performed over here. An exterior side shot of the bridge there in the distance. They've been doing some work on the amphitheater. I'm not sure exactly how much has been done. It's been a while since I've been over here. And people come from all across the country, even across the globe, to the festival light, to see all the lights that we have going on here. And as you see, you know, the trees, all the trees are decorated up. They'll have even more come festival time. And all this walkway here is part of the renovations that's been done. The gravel going further up, because it used to all be stone just like this, all the way across and up to the stage area here. I've seen quite a few performances done on this stage. I think a few plays have even been on this since it was originally built. Walk all the way up to the back here and turn around and give you a broad shot. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It'll help me out greatly. And share it with your family and friends. As you can see, it's a pretty large amphitheater. They've definitely made it nicer than what it was when I was a kid. Of course, there used to be another pavilion towards where we're walking now. And my mother's side of the family used to hold their reunions there quite a bit. I would not want that man's job for all the money in the world. I do not like heights. I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to that. We're actually going to walk under him here, unfortunately. Have to show you all this sign because it's definitely something that you need to know about the park. Do not feed waterfowl. Can cause unnatural behavior, pollution, overcrowding, delaying migration, poor nutrition, and disease. So for those of you that like going to the park and feeding the birds, please don't. Please don't. It causes so many issues. I mean, you know, they have their own food sources, so, you know, that are natural for them. And of course, you know, since the city put that in place, you know, we haven't had the geese and the ducks staying as long as what they normally do. There's always some good catfishing right in there, for those of you that don't know. Now, the old pavilion was right across there, had bathrooms and everything else, and of course, you know, things that age. Plenty of good picnic areas over here. We'll zoom it in so you can see it a little better. Plenty of picnicking areas. A tennis court up the hill there. I believe that light display there is the tag office. Zoom it in so you can see it there. Old Model A. And I believe that that is Teague's Body Shop. I believe that's their light display. And I believe this is the John Deere. Of course, there's a map that you get with when you come to the Festival of Light to tell you what all the displays are. And of course, you know, tuned to a certain radio station, they play music while you're driving through in your car, or you can park and get out and walk. And I mean, it's a great walk. A lot of people use this for exercise paths. And there's an exercise course, which we will get to momentarily. Oh, this cold weather's affecting my sinuses here. So, pardon the snorting and coughing. I do apologize. It's generally something I don't like doing on camera. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing it. But this bridge will be covered with thousands of lights by the time the festival rolls around. And walking through it, it's pretty warm with all those lights. The old spring house up here. Zoom in on it here. This is where people used to come and get their water from the fresh spring. That's going to be completely covered in lights. You can see that they've already started putting the lights on it. All the posts and everything else will be covered as well. And that puts off quite a bit of heat as well when it's all lit up. Of course, our natural vine walkway here. Checking my mic one more time there. And of course, there's benches around that you're able to sit and just enjoy the view, the weather. During the summer, the splash pad is open. Of course, it's that time of year that it's closed now. Great place to bring the kids. I know a lot of kids have fun at it. It's trying to sprinkle again. Don't know why I've got a deal trying to track there, but... And there used to be a lot of various dangerous playground equipment over here, including a dish that'd make you puke if you spun too fast, rocking horses and all like that, but they moved it out to bring in the splash pad there and to make way for this little park over here, little playground area. And originally I helped put all the padding, the wood chips and stuff in when I was working for the parks department. That was a lot of work. This little park here, playground area, was part of the local Lions International group that made this happen. Got slides, monkey bars, swings. Of course, they'll have usually have some kind of a lit display across the dam here. As you can see, it's a very good sized park. Of course, on a slightly rainy day like today, it's kind of a damp situation. Kind of dreary. And of course, when we get too much rain, as you can see by the mud across the dam here, the pond overflows to this side, which we'll actually walk down here to show the spillway. Of course, this side down here, there's usually a lot of fish in it. Of course, there are snakes from time to time, so you got to kind of watch that. This field right here is where they usually launch off the fireworks every 4th of July. And there is a disc golf course here for those that are into that. Not my cup of tea. But this is the spillway. Trying not to get the graffiti on camera because nobody really likes graffiti. Those that tag get caught. They go to jail, as they should. Defacing private property is not cool. So just keep that in mind. And I know there's probably quite a few that's done that back in their youth. And that's fine. I mean, live and learn. There used to be more of a little fishing area right here, and they took that out because I guess people got hurt or it was just too much to upkeep. And of course, we're almost back around to where we started. Of course, we could have went on up the hill on the other side on the roadway over there. The Veterans Memorial over there by the nursing home. And there are bathrooms out here. They're just beyond the trees in the playground there. And I think they even have a shower in them, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've been out here. Of course, you got a lot of places to throw a blanket down and have you a picnic if you want to. Oh, look, we have some ducks that haven't flown away yet. Oh, look, we have babies. I wonder if Duck King is still here. Duck King is a white duck that has a mohawk. He's a pretty friendly duck, actually. I don't know if you can see all the duckies here. Oh, there's a new Duck King. See if we can zoom it in. I think he would be the real Duck King here. Look at that hair. That not wild? That's Duck King too. Hopefully they will be taken off for migration soon before it gets entirely too cold. And of course, as you see, there's more picnic tables all around. Plenty of room to picnic. You got some geese off there in the distance that haven't taken off for the winter yet. Walk over here to the exercise course. Give y'all a tour of that. And this will essentially be where we do our Wellness Wednesdays when we get set up and ready for that. Advanced Challenge course is an outdoor circuit with exercise stations at predetermined intervals designed to improve muscular development, breathing, flexibility, and agility. It is recommended that a physician be consulted prior to use of this course, as a person's physical fitness condition and training experience play a decisive role in how much to train. As a guide, the sign at each station indicates the proper technique for exercising, recommended number of repetitions, and the method for traversing the course from one station to the next. Before beginning the course, it is recommended that you engage in 10 minutes of calisthenics and general stretching movements. Start walk to next station. Well, let's go. Hole 3, par 3, right there. Now, I'm not sure about the disc golf course here, of how it's set up, but I know a lot of people have used it throughout the year. And unfortunately, there's quite a few signs that are in need of repair. Of course, when we start our Wellness Wednesdays, we will be covering various parts of this course for the videos. I'm pretty excited about getting to where we can start that, but that will be coming later in the spring because we need nice weather for it. Don't want to be doing it and be freezing. That would not be good. Of course, I have done, which Almost forgot to show you the push-up bar. Done that a few times. Of course, you can also use it for sit-ups. The gymnastic bars. I've shot a video on this before. And you know what? Let's just see if we still got it here. Figure out how to get it set up to where it won't fall. Make sure I'm fully extended here. Give you an idea of what you can expect. Because I'm sure we will probably use this at some point. Wow, the ground's really uneven. Variety of things that you can use it for. Boy, that kind of made my abs hurt a little. I'm a little out of shape again, I guess. So I guess doing Wellness Wednesdays is going to be interesting, to say the least. Make sure I get everything tightened back up here. Switch the camera. Really hoping we get to do the Wellness Wednesdays. I think that'll definitely be a good thing to do. But I mean, this is a good way to get your steps in if you don't do a whole lot of walking. Of course, this is the spillway from the dam here. Which I see there's a little wooden footbridge down there that used to not be there. We may have to check that out momentarily. And it flows on down through the creek. We got a motorcycle helmet here. Pretty beat up and scratched up. Needs a new visor. Well, we could definitely arrange that. May post that later to see if anybody's missing one. There's lots of things to do on the fitness course here. And of course, I see they're adding electrical boxes. I'm not sure what exactly that's about. Of course, you can probably see the trash barrels in and around the areas. And of course, I'm walking a little bit fast because I've got a lot to do today. Other than this video, I've got to film a few more. Pulse check. leg raise. Of course, I'm definitely going to have my steps in for today, obviously. This helmet's been there a while. It's pretty wet. Chin up bars. Sorry, folks keep trying to call me. Numbers I do not know. It's kind of how it goes. You know, got those spam calls. Nobody likes the spam calls. Wish the phone companies would do something about it to put a complete and utter end to them. Oh, and they fixed the rope climb. Something I wasn't particularly fond of even in school. Another pulse checkpoint. Of course, eventually I'll make it around to being able to get people to actually come talk and, you know, explain things and stuff like that on my travel videos. A lot of people just these days really don't have the time or want to be on camera. Still puzzling to me, but it is what it is, right? Of course, this was another commission, was having this bridge repainted here. And of course, you can ride a bicycle through here. I know a lot of people do. Another direction that the water will flow. That's always fun. Of course, then there's this ladder climb, which I do believe a couple poles are missing off of that. Balance beam. Let's do that. Ooh, a little shaky. Luckily, I've got the helmet. And of course, that's the bathrooms there. Another little parking lot area. And of course, this is a bike trail and walking trail, which I guess we should cover that, shouldn't we? And it leads to the college. It goes all the way to USAO. And you can walk it, ride it, whatever you like, except drive it. As you can see, there's red poles to prevent you from driving your car down through there. Of course, I'm sure there's probably been quite a few people that's tried it. We're coming up on 12th Street right here. And you go all the way north, you can see College Heights Church in the background there. That's Grand Avenue. And as you see, all the trees are going to have lights in them or on them. Sky looks pretty though, don't it? Bathrooms. You see, we're back around to almost where we came in at. Little squirrel trying to find food for the winter. How you doing, little buddy? You finding any? I think he's onto something here. Oh, he found him a pecan. Now I'm going to scamper back off to the nest. Oh, we got another one down here digging. How you doing, little one? When I was younger, I used to watch Wild America with Marty Stauffer. And I always wanted to go on his adventures with him. Because I've always found nature just to be fascinating, you know, seeing animals in their natural habitat. It's always just kind of a neat experience for me. And of course, you know, getting to go do Travel Thursdays, I tend to find myself in that element quite a bit. And I do so enjoy it. It's always a lot of fun. And yes, there is a lot of fish in here. Of course, I think right now the fishing has been limited because of blue-green algae. So keep that in mind. You know, always check anytime you go somewhere like that to make sure something like that's not happening, because that could cause a lot of health issues for you and your pets. And like I said, we'll come back once the lights are all on and give you a tour then. Back up to the parking lot here. I'm sure you can see a familiar red car. And that's going to wrap it up for today's Travel Thursday. I hope you've enjoyed this little walk around the park here in my hometown of Chickasha, Oklahoma. And like I said, once again, once they get the lights turned on, we'll come back and we'll shoot another one. That way you can see everything all lit up. I mean, if you've never been, I recommend it. And they do try and change the displays every year. You know, move them around, add some new ones. I forgot I got it turned towards me. Well, don't know if you can see it. But Santa and reindeer coming out of a trailer there. But as I said, we're back to where we started, so we're gonna wrap up this video so I can get to the next one. As always, much love, rock on, peace out, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Have a blessed weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.